Notes out quick. They said the best is the start, so we're gonna start today. We ready? Okay, 2 people. Let's do this again. Are we ready? Okay, so everybody had their coffee? They're good? Typically, I don't really function without coffee, so I have my coffee. I'm ready to go. I want you guys to be ready for this training, because how was yesterday? Raise the hands. Was good? Good. Very good. Now, today is all about practicality. I know it's a long word. Probably said it for the first time in my life on stage. But practicality, right? We're going to do a lot of practical stuff today. And I want you guys to understand that everything that I'm going to say today has been studied for lots of years. In 2 months would be my 6-year anniversary with iGenius. Me and iGenius been married for 6 years. We were almost gonna be divorced multiple times, but we went to a therapist and we worked it out. So, so I was reading this book and it was talking about moves and how people move. And I realized that all the top performers in the world, they understand moves, not dancing moves, moves. They think a little bit ahead. How many of you guys have thought just at least one step ahead? Raise a hand. Okay, 3 of us, very good. Again, how many of you guys have thought one step ahead? Just one step, raise the hands. 2 steps, raise a hand. 3 steps, raise a hand. Typically, lots of people, they only think about their next 2 moves. 2 moves. And I want you guys to understand that we're gonna talk about 5 moves today. And I want you guys literally on the top of the page, have a brand new page for me. A brand new page for day 2. On the top of it, I'm gonna make moves today. When you're done, let me know. Y'all taking too long. Y'all done? Good. So, anybody plays chess? Raise a hand. Chess? I don't play chess. But, I understand that, chess players, a grandmaster, which is like a very high level of chess, they think almost 15 steps ahead. 15, which is crazy, right? Today we're gonna talk about the next 5. I realized in business, top business people, they think at least 5 steps ahead. Elon Musk, he has a very famous quote, and he talks about how he thinks at least 12 moves ahead. So sometimes we watch his Twitter, and this guy's a little stupid. But trust me, he knows the next 12 moves. Everything he's doing is calculated. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. And that's what we're going to learn today. Now, you got to understand that the first move that every single one of you guys have to do is finding your blue ocean. Let me explain. Has anybody read the Blue Ocean book? A couple of us. Now, the Blue Ocean book pretty much talks about how to find your competitive advantage very far from everybody else. Somewhere where people are not competing. So a lot of you guys came up to me yesterday. He's like, Rokan, what do I do next? Where do I go? What do I got to do to go to that next level? And I'll tell you why. You got to find your blue ocean. What's your superpower? How are you different than everybody here? I'll tell you something. My first event, I'll never forget it. It was the event called Elevate. It was in Las Vegas. It was on the same day as my final exam. My upline calls me, and she's like, hey, well, we have this event in Las Vegas. And on that day, I had a final exam. And this final exam would determine if I pass my year or I fail my year. My choice was very easy. I'm going to Las Vegas. And I'll tell you guys something. Quick story for a lot of you guys that don't know. That event, number one, I couldn't afford it. Didn't have the money. So I traveled, right? I called Afnan one day. That's her older brother, right? And I'm telling her, I'm like, yeah, my bank is not working. I need $600 from you. Send it over, right? She's like, yeah, no problem. She sends me $600. I think I still owe her $600. But besides the point. That was enough for my flight from Toronto to Las Vegas. I didn't know where I was going to sleep, right? So I landed that night. They had a training in the lobby. And then I noticed that if you leave the lobby just a little bit in the resort, there's seats in front of the pool. You guys know the seats in front of the pool? So right away, I'm like, maybe let me just rest a little bit there. That was my first night. I slept downstairs in front of the pool. Then one of the leaders noticed. He told Kane. And then Kane kind of helped me. He's like, you stay with this person for now. And that was the event that changed my life, right? They said 9 a.m., doors open, 8 a.m., I was outside waiting. I was sitting right at the front, taking every single note I can take because I knew that that would be my first step. And then the first thing I noticed, I'm like, I see some white people here. I see some black people. I see even some Spanish people. I don't see no Arabs. What's up, Habibis? So I found my blue ocean, right? Look at the Arabs. I found my blue oceans, right? That was my competitive advantage. I'm like, none of these guys speak my other language. Let me play that game. And I promise, I've tried for 3 years, Roll. 3 years back to back to back to back. Nothing worked. Third year, we found one leader. Boom. Recruited almost 40,000 people in the Middle East. When you find in your blue ocean, I understood my superpower. I understand this is what I'm really good at. This market I'm really good at. Now let me develop my skills. That was move number 1. Let's talk about move number 2. Move number 2 tells you, master your ability to reason and solve problems. Let me tell you what happens when you find your blue ocean. I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he's from Chile, right? And this is late at night. I'm in my shorts. I'm in my shirt. It's cold as hell. But I'm telling him, I'm like, if you don't launch Chile, I will launch it first. And I told him a stat. I'm like, the second biggest populations of Palestinians, they're in Chile. So you better watch out. I'm coming from my people. I'm just saying, right? So he triggered that in my mind. But I know if he goes out there and launches that market, that would be his competitive advantage. I want you guys to think right now of your competitive advantage. And understand that everything that's going to happen after that is going to have some issues. When we started the Middle East, I can tell you one thing. There was no Arabic trainings. We had no Arabic educators, no Arabic website, nothing. Nothing. Guess who was the Forex guy? Me. The only issue was that I wasn't great at Forex. So we went on YouTube, right? It was me and 2 other leaders, Lean and Ahmed Nofel, right? We went on YouTube, started learning how to trade Forex in Arabic. Anything so we can give to the community. So we started hosting calls and strategies and stuff. Here's the other issue. I don't have an Arabic presentation. Let me try to translate all the presentations that we have. So I've had issues. Then we had legal issues. Of course, I'm launching. Boom, we lose half the team. Then we have to come back at it. And every single time we had an issue. So I had to have the ability to reason and to be able to solve problems, right? I found my blue ocean. My next step, I had to deal with the issues. And my third step, I had to be master of the issues. I knew that every single market I'm gonna launch is gonna take a couple years for it to stabilize. A lot of you guys are launching your own country for the first time and you think this is it. My friend, this is not it. A lot of the times your first leaders are not your last leaders. A lot of the people that launched with us in the Middle East, they're no longer here today. I'll share with you as a quick story. I remember I launched this network marketer that he signed up with us. And I'll never forget this day. He calls me and he's like, man, you guys laugh too much on the calls. Nobody will ever join you and you guys will disappear in 6 months. This is when the team was a couple 100 people in the Middle East. I wish I can call him right now and show him my back office. It'd be a little bit different. But you gotta understand my ability to reason that we had the younger generation and I was okay with launching and I was okay with the issues that I was gonna have. Does that make sense? Let's move on to number 3. Oh, I actually wrote it down for you guys. What a nice guy I am. Here's move number 3. You have to be able to master building the right team and the right people, right? You have to be able to master building the right team and the right people. You gotta understand recruiting the right people, getting them to find their blue oceans. What's the definition of a mentor? What's the difference between a guy and a mentor? That's a question that I got asked yesterday. And the only thing is I've gone through the road that you haven't gone through the road yet. That's all. So I've gone through the road. I've had some issues. Come with me. Come. Don't stop. Come, Ms. Alama. Come. It's okay. Don't fall here. Come here. That's what it is. What's a mentor? I've gone through the road. Let's go with me. Oh, you lost your rank? No problem. I lost my rank here. So I became a professional storyteller. Anytime one of my leaders loses a rank, let me tell you a story. Before you quit, please, let me share with you a quick story. Right? And I started listening to stories from the leaders, writing the stories. Why am I writing the stories? Because I'm gonna have somebody on my team that's gonna resonate with one of the leader stories. And I started memorizing them and sharing it when it's time, right? So I started finding the love language of my leaders. Some of them are just lazy. I have some lazy leaders, unfortunately. It is what it is. Some of them like to shine. Some of them like the social media. Some of them like being responsible. Talk to them like how they want to be talked to. And you can't be able to lead everybody the same thing. My biggest mistake in business is I was leading everybody the exact same way. Exact same way. So my other mistake is in the beginning, I was leading everybody the same way. And then after I developed, I started leading people too softly. I wasn't behind one message. I wasn't strong enough for my leaders. It was tough. But then I figured, I gotta remember, what's my blue ocean? What's my blue ocean? What am I good at? And I have to keep always reminding myself. Now, 2 parts we're gonna talk about. Find your people, find their superpowers, knowing how to work with a team and creating a success game plan. A lot of you guys have not stand with your downlines and told them you gotta do 1, 2, 3. A lot of you guys think the group trainings are enough. It's not. You gotta understand that almost 99% of people that join network marketing, they come from a job. What are we doing at jobs? They give us tasks to do. Hey, go do 1, 2, 3. Don't expect them to join network marketing to be entrepreneurs the first minute. It's gonna take some time. I'll share with you guys something. It took me 3 years to have the mentality of an entrepreneur. My first 3 years, I had to be told. Or to tell myself, because I'm my worst boss. I am my worst critic, my worst boss. A lot of the times you have to be able to tell people what to do. Here's the task for you. A leader's love language is assignments. If I give you an assignment, I like you enough to give you an assignment. If I don't like you, I'll be like, good luck building. Don't worry about it. Motivation, yeah. And then here's number 4. Master the strategy to scale. Now, I have a famous training for you guys that I'm very famous for. I call it the Habibi Quadrant. No joke, it's called the Habibi Quadrant. Let me tell you why it's called the Habibi Quadrant. Now, look, I want you guys to literally take a picture of this quick. No filters, please. I saw some eyelashes yesterday on me. I'm like, damn, man. So you're gonna divide it 25, 25, 25, 25. Here's the first 25%. The first part of the 25%, the first 12.5%, because we divided it into half, is personal recruiting. I can tell you one thing, lots of leaders forgot that we're in the business of recruiting. I have almost 9 businesses under my wing, outside of network marketing, 9, right? Some of them we generated millions of dollars. My restaurant last year did $2 million in sales. Wait, I'm coming. Thank you, appreciate that, thank you. It's not something to be proud of. I'm gonna tell you guys a reality. $2 million in sales, I made only $100,000. It sucks. That's the restaurant business. So when some of you guys make $10,000 and you spend $2,000 on your business, you complain too much. Just to show you guys the reality between real businesses and network marketing, right? So personal recruiting, the only way we made $2 million is by sales, right? We invited customers, they paid money, they smoked some shisha, they went home, right? That's kind of the whole goal. So personal recruiting is very important. Other 12.5% is from my higher level leaders. It doesn't have to have a high level leader. If you already are in momentum, you have a rank, any type of rank, you gotta be able to focus on higher level recruiting, connecting with higher people. Connect with people that have social media presence. Connect with people that have people. Connect with people that have following. They don't have to sign up right now, but you're playing the long-term game, so you're gonna be better. You don't know what happens in 2, 3 years. I've recruited some big people that have been following me for 4 years, 5 years, because I was more consistent. When I add you, my motto is, I'm gonna outwork you on social media, right? I'm gonna keep connecting with you. I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna be winning. Who follows me on social media? Raise your hands on Instagram. Good. When's the last time you guys see me not do a single story? Raise your hand. What does that mean? Thank you. But what does that mean? That means that my business, the door is always open. 24/7. Some of you guys have launched a business. I haven't seen a story for you in 2 weeks. What business are you open? This is the same thing as going to my restaurant, right? And going on Google, writing it closed, but it's actually open. Nobody's gonna come. It's the same concept. My business is always open. So that's the first part. Now let's talk about the second part. It's building the culture, right? Some of you guys are launching teams, putting people into momentum and stuff, but you're not active in the chats. What are you doing? Unfortunately, back in the days, it was calling people. Today is in the chats. And the chat doesn't have to be always business. You gotta create a culture, right? Because I heard some teams yesterday. I heard the Italian team, and I heard TPR, and I heard GC, and I heard all the other teams. Guess what? That's a culture that was created by 1 or 2 people, right? So when you understand that I create the culture in the chats in the beginning, the culture starts moving into campaigns. Hey, let's do all this together. So make sure you're very active in the chats with the campaigns and everything. Now let's go a little bit under. The first 50% if you're somebody that's just starting. Second 50% if you're somebody of a rank. Listen to this. The first 25% is developing leaders and developing heads. What are heads? People that are core rank. People that you can give a task to. Hey, go do a meeting. Go do a call. Go figure out something big. In your business, you're gonna have 2 to 3 people that you're gonna help. I'm telling you right now, I don't talk to a lot of people. Maybe 7 people on a daily basis. Maybe 10 people. Of my whole organization, millions in volume, millions of sales, couple people that I talk to. And I'm always on the lookout for the next leader. I'm always on the lookout, who can I mentor next? Who can I talk to next? Because I'm developing leaders. Who next can I get? Who can I catch? And let's talk about the last one. It's divided into 2 things. One is PR, one is PD. PR is your social media. My friends, who knows? 6-figure earner and 7-figure earner. What's the difference? Number one thing people look at. 7-figure earners are big brands. They either created a personal big brand or a team big brand. Either or. Back in the days, personal branding was not big. Today, personal branding is big. Work on your social media. Be professional. Have people take pictures of you. Make sure you're creating content for today, tomorrow, and content that will last for you for another month. And then you have PD, which is personal development. Listen, you gotta have a list of 3 books that you would give somebody as soon as they're new. As soon as they come in, boom, here's 3 books I need you to read. Here's 3 books I need you to listen to. Doesn't matter, they listen to, they watch videos on YouTube, as long as they finish 3 books, right? Let's move on to number 5. You have to be able to master, and this is the last thing, power plays. This is where you end it off. This is the jab, cross, right? This is where you knock somebody out. Power plays. You have to be able to master the 10-year game plan. I've been here for 6 years, and I can tell y'all one thing. I feel like I'm just getting started. We're just warming up. I'm just getting into my mood. I will be the #1 earner in the world, in the Arab world, I promise you. It's just a matter of time. 6 years. I'm still early. I'm looking for a 10-year game plan. Be able to invest. You have to understand that all network marketers in the world, what are they doing? They invest money, but they invest outside of their business. We can invest inside of our business. We're in the financial space. We have tools. We have educators. You gotta understand, if you're playing the long-term game, you're playing the wealth game. I don't wanna be rich, I wanna be wealthy. It's 2 separate things. So let me think about the money I'm gonna be able to put into my business. Number 3, what's your end goal? And last but not least, what's your checkmate? You guys know what a checkmate is? That's when you end the game. What's your checkmate? What's your exit plan? What do you wanna be able to do in 10, 20 years? Now, I wanna play a video by somebody special to my heart. I was at his house a couple days ago, and he wants to share just a small story. So let's play this video.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm here with Mr. Eric Worre himself. Mr. Eric, thank you first of all for shooting this video with us. We are at an event right now with thousands of people in the Netherlands.
My favorite places in the world.
I actually didn't know that. First of all, before that question that I want to ask you, just popped a question in my head. I know you feel a little bit different about our leaders and how they operated. You've seen and you've met a lot of them. So a couple words for our leaders.
What I would just tell you is you can tell the size of the person by how they respond to adversity. And you as a group have done a tremendous job going through a difficult transition period of time and coming out the other side stronger. So not a lot of people will do that. You have. So I want to encourage you and congratulate you for doing that. Number 1. Number 2, the message I have for you is this year, you have an incredible opportunity in front of you. The next 6 months, the next 8 months, between now and the end of this calendar year is a huge moment for those who step up. If you're feeling a little tired, you need to renew your spirit, find a stronger vision that will pull you to do what's necessary in order to be able to help more people. So you've got a great gift, you've got a great company, you have a great product, you have a great team. Now it's just a matter of making a decision of how many people are you willing to help and how much value you're gonna bring to your team so they can go help more people. So that's my message for you. I wish you all the best. I can't wait to see you at some point in person, hopefully in the Netherlands at some point. But until then, keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, guys. Talk soon.
With that being said, my friends, my family, listen, we got a mission. We have goals to hit. Let's make sure we're going after the Netherlands to make sure we're promoting all the brand new IPAs that we're going to have in our team. I love you guys. Let's rock and roll.